do we really need Ekko to go to a different timeline to realize that he shouldn't given up on Zahn or anyone or Powder, or that he should have kept fighting, or how to create his Z-Drive? Like, the episode is pretty and all, and I fell in love with it, and I liked the whole universe. What if everything was fine if Vi died? And I was like, oh, cute episode. And then once we get out of the episode and you watch the rest of the season, you're like, oh, I get the implications of that episode. Great. Now I kind of feel like I don't like this episode anymore. Like, I'm so sorry. Anyway, this is just me ranting about how this Ekko's tile mainframe was just a big plot convenience. And honestly, if we erased this specific episode, nothing would change if he didn't go inside the, hex core vortex. Now, if he didn't go to hex core vortex, if it was just Jason, Jaime, and Dingo, we could get something on Jaime and Dingo of where he is, maybe a song or something, just cute little flashes of something. If not, the writers could just write down what happened or where he wins and explain it maybe in edit or whatever. I don't give a shit. And for Jace, yeah, we're definitely gonna see Jace because he's more of one of the main, more important characters. We have to know what's going on with Jace. They can't just let him leave and us letting us not be explained. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about them. I'm just explaining what they could do for those two characters. For Ekko, just he could still have this cute moment with Jace. Just imagine, Vi comes in, she's gassing up the city, and Ekko's not okay with this. He doesn't care if these people are selling shimmer or whatever. He's no, this is what the forces used to do with us. You are becoming like that. What happens if after you catch Jing, would you continue to do this? And by saying no, I'm just doing this to kill Jing. You realize what she did. You realize the destruction. And Ekko's yeah, I do. I've been taking in people all day. You don't understand. Maybe this is where he's torn because yeah, he does think that Jinx kind of deserves what she gets for causing all the stuff, but also he doesn't want his old friend to die because no matter what, Ekko will always see Jinx as Powder for right now, as his old friend of how they used to be. He still has feelings for her. And a lot like the Enforcers, Ekko easily finds Jinx. Unfortunately, Jinx either thinks Ekko's a hallucination because the last time she saw him was after she blew him up. So either she attacks him thinking he's a hallucination, or she attacks him because she thinks oh, you're here for round 2, you're here to finish me off. And this time it's a no because Ekko's I'm trying to help you, and they keep fighting until Ekko finally gets to her oh, he's here to actually help. But unfortunately for Jinx is no, this is my problem, I caused it, you need to leave. And Ekko's I'm not leaving you, but unfortunately, I don't know, I feel Jinx will somehow maybe get Savika to come and fight him off until the foresters come and do their thing. And unfortunately, Ekko gets away from Savika, and she sees the fight between Vi and Catherine, where Catherine tries to shoot Isha, and he's what is the child doing here? And he can see that there was something between Isha and Jinx, but he has no clue. So once they run off, he follows them, and he screams at Vi, what did you do? And so he goes and follows them, and he's what's with the, and once they get safety, he's what's with the kid? And Jinx is I don't know, I think I have a follower. She just kind of follows me around. I have no idea what's with this kid. He's okay, cool. And they both realize she doesn't really communicate much, she just does grumbles and oomph. And so they're okay, we gotta figure this out. And Jinx is oh, by the way, thanks for the tip and stuff. I'm sorry that I tried to fight you. We're cool. And he's yeah, I guess so. So they talk, and he talks about how Jace and Heimerdinger got through this weird runestones about his tree. And he definitely doesn't tell her where the tree is or show it to her. He definitely keeps that place safeguarded because he still doesn't quite trust her at all. But he tells her what's going on, and he shows her the leaf. And I feel they are so too smart, very capable beings. They could easily find something about this, the time bomb thing. Maybe they do find a weak spot between magics, and that's how they find out how to do the time bomb thing. And maybe she helps, but they don't like figure out all the way, and then like, you know, the time skips. And maybe we could like see her like talking about like Ekko all the time to like Isha, and saying like, oh yeah, like I used to have a different name as Powder. Me and like Ekko used to hang out. We used to be buddies, and then like, you know, Silka found me and it all went bad. No, when the forces come in and she realized that Isha's been like portraying as her to get her to like, hey, you need to help these people. These people do look up to you, and gets like kidnapped. I don't know. Would Ekko be one of the people to get kidnapped? Would he go? I want to hear you guys' comments on this. I say Ekko would go, and he would unfortunately would have to like get away. Maybe he's like one of the people that did get away and helps Jinx like blow up this thing with her help. Because I do like, you know, I love the team ups. I'm sorry. I'm like craving for the team ups. But he doesn't see her being attacked by Vander, because he's like trying to get all the people away from them safe and sound. Like that's what he does while like Jinx is fighting, you know, Warwick. And when like Warwick realizes Powder, and Jinx realized like Warwick is Vander somehow, I don't know if she would go and tell Ekko. I feel like maybe she would keep that, like maybe hidden. Maybe she would feel a little bit guilty because like Ekko's already done so much. So she's like, you know what? I need to do this kind of by myself. So she like sings to Ekko and goes after Vi and tells Vi about Warwick. And she also tells him about like how her and Ekko are now like becoming closer friends. And Vi's like, oh, that's cool. Like, why didn't you bring Ekko along? And she's like, Ekko's already done so much for me. Like, I don't know. I feel like if I keep dragging him along, he would just, like, leave. Or for some weird reason, like, I just feel guilty of, like, dragging him along. I feel like I need to, like, do something either by myself. But I know for, like, Vander, I shouldn't do it by myself. I need to do it with my sister, if that would, like, make any sense. So, anyway, Vi and Jinx do their thing for Warwick. They go to Victor, say, hey, can you fix Warwick? He's like, yeah, I can help fix Warwick. Unfortunately, Jace comes and, you know, kills Victor, and which destroys Warwick's minds and gets Singe to do whatever he needs to do with Warwick and make him, like, this monster. And this is where, like, Isha comes in and, you know, kills Warwick and herself. And this is where Jinx gets captured by the enforcers and stuff. And this is where it's like she's in the cell, and Vi still says the same thing. She's like we can rewrite your history like you did with Zon. Come on, let's leave. Like, you already done so much good. And this is where she, like, Jinx, like, pushes her in the cells and locks her in and be like, there's no good part of me. Like, I'm so sorry. And then leaves. And this is where Ekko definitely does hear about, like, Jinx got captured by the Forces. But he doesn't know quite what happened. He just knows that there was a battle, something bad happened. And he finds Jinx. And he goes to Jinx, and she's about to kill herself. And he's like, what the hell are you doing? And this is where he's, like, figured out, like, the time thing. Like, while they've been away trying to figure out Warwick, he's finally cracked the code. So while she's, like, blowing herself up, he's, like, doing the 4-second thing. Because he realized, for some reason, like, while he's testing it out, it needs to be 4 seconds. I don't know how he did that. He just, like, realized it's 4 seconds. He can't do anymore. Anyway, and one of the things, well, he's like, you helped so many people. And he's, like, rattling off people's name until he goes to Isha. And Jinx is like, Isha's dead, blowing herself up. I don't know what the other conversations are, but, like, that's definitely going to be one of the conversations. Anyway, Ekko has convinced Jinx to live, and they go and rally everyone in the other city to help. And while they're, like, rallying all the people and getting, like, you know, the blue paint and everyone together, the song, you know, that plays while Ekko and Powder is dancing, that's the same song that's playing while Ekko and Jinx is, like, getting everyone together and rally them up. Anyway, they go and help, you know, fight against the battle against Victor's army and whatnot. And I feel like Jinx, unfortunately, in the end, once this battle is all done, she would still leave, unfortunately. Because she feels like she definitely needs to move on and, like, get out of here. It's not because she doesn't think herself worthy. She knows that she is worthy. She just needs to like a new fresh start or whatever reason is for still leaving. I don't know, you guys could like figure out that reason. Anyway, that's my idea of how to make this so much better and probably a better season 2. Because I do like Ekko's part in his timeline. I just think like if Ekko didn't leave to that weird reality, the plot could still have happened and everything could have like still stayed the same. Just he and Jinx would have a better dynamic. Because once he comes in, like he really knows nothing about what happened, what Jinx has been doing. He probably has heard like rumors. But, like, would he really believe those rumors if, like, someone came up to him? It just felt like kind of, like, forced in. Like, oh, we must get Ekko, the boy savior, to go save Jinx because Jinx must save all of them. It just, like, felt rushed and forced, kind of. So I think this dynamic, this story plot that I kind of made would be a lot better